to the next dimension.
Hey guys, Undercover Dudes all the way from down, and today I have another piece of leaked information. Now, pretty much this leak was by Intel Giver, aka DJ_PON3, so big thank you to him. His link will be in the description below. Now, pretty much on the right hand side of the picture he's leaked, it's just got all the crossbows and the mask, and it's got all the other stuff that's already been released, pretty much relating to the Assassins and the Spiders vs Scorpions. Pretty much, we've already seen that being released. It's in the game already. I don't need to talk about it. But the stuff we need to talk about is pretty much all the stuff we haven't heard of, and the GP stuff is what I'm really getting interested in, or what I think is going to be the GP stuff. But before I get into that, I'd just like to talk about the Krith Orthodas. Now, pretty much, as you can see in the picture right here, it's dual-wielded Chris's. Now, we know Chris's has a very high fire rate, low recoil, good portability, and good damage. I think this is going to be a very overpowered combo. If you're dual wielding it, you're just going to sprain someone's face, and you're either going to get a headshot because of the amount of bullets going down range, or you're just going to get, it's like 50, like not 50 bullets, but you're going to get a lot of bullets down range. Similar to the Scorpions, but the Scorpions were, no, they're less of a weapon. This, Chris is a better weapon than the Scorpions, so I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty overpowered combo. Don't know what Nexon's going to do with it. Now, on the right of it, we've got the KH2 2002. That's already been released in the game. Don't need to talk about that. Now, on top of that, we've got the Sazauz's Parafoul. So it's going to be a new epic weapon. I haven't used the Parafoul myself, and it seems like a pretty decent weapon. Not too good, not too bad. It's just kind of in the middle. And so the epic version should be a bit more on the good side than the bad side per se. It looks like it's got an iTech scope, a nice little paint job. It seems like it's going to be a pretty good weapon, and for people that don't want to use overpowered NX rares, but more like good to average weapons, so you don't really have that moral obligation to not use these really overpowered guns. It's for people that kind of had the morals intact, the combat arms morals per se. Now, the stuff we want to talk about, the stuff people really are talking about, is all these new professional, veteran, elite, and champion gear. Now, we all know that when you rank up throughout the ranks, you get the like the M16A3, you get the, you get all the gear and stuff like that. And pretty much it's rubbish. It's it's really bad, and everybody hates it. No one uses it. But we can see in this leaked content that is very different. On the left hand side, we have the AK-74U, and it goes across in the middle as well. And it's going for the professional, elite, veteran, and the champion. And the champion, veteran, and elite all have like ACOG scopes in it. And I suppose they'll be going down the same way of the M16A3 with just those other stuff as well, a bit of an increase. But the difference between this, the AK-74U and M16A3, is the AK-74U is actually a very decent weapon, and people trying to think out what is happening, because it goes along with the Makarov as well. The Makarov is probably going to be a better pistol than the M92 FS, and the NR40, all those knives, are probably going to be better than the default knife. So everyone's thinking, what is Nexon going for here? And this is what I think Nexon's going to do. I think Nexon is going to give us the option to choose between the American weapons, being the M16A3, the M92 FS, and the Russian weapons, because you can see all of these weapons are along the Russian style. So you're thinking, when you choose this game, when you go start combat arms, you'll be able to choose. You want American or Russian, similar to Battlefield 3. Now, people would be automatically thinking, alright, I'm going to go for the Russian because they're better weapons. But does that mean Nexon's going to be buffing M6A3? They kind of be on the similar stage, because M6A3 kind of shares the same attributes as AK-74U. Medium power, good fire rate, low recoil, but the 74U is a much better weapon in my opinion, but still it shares a similar trait. So is Nexon going to buff the M6A3, so it's going to be kind of comparable, so when you go into the game, you get to choose which one you want to use. Same for the Makarov, the M92FS, maybe a bit of a damage buff or a fire rate buff, and the knife, you know, pretty much I'll probably leave it the same. The NR40 might have a bit of an increase. But what Nexon's going for right here is very, very interesting. I'm very intrigued of what they're going to do. On the left-hand side, I forgot as well, the RGN offensive grenade, which is probably going to be a replacement for the M67 frag. So pretty much that's a Russian weapon, and M67 is an American weapon. So they're trying to go for these two different types of forces pretty much. And there's a very interesting thing that Nexon's doing. Hopefully it pays off well, because I like GP stuff. I don't buy NX, I use GP. So if I can use the AK-74U for permanent and I get to use it whenever I want, that'd be awesome just to have it in my backpack or something, because I absolutely love the gun. And have it for permanent would be even more better. But I don't know what Nexon's gonna do. It seems like they're gonna do what they're gonna do with the M6A3, make it like the default, but you got no idea. Nexon's Nexon, they've got their own ideas. This is just what I am speculating on. So hopefully you guys go with a bit of an idea from this picture. If you have any of your theories, post them in the comments below. Always like to hear them, and I'll go respond if I see some really good ones. You ask me some questions and stuff like that. But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, out.